everyone! It's us once again, and yes, I'm still in my new model. Met's here. Apparently, he really wanted to see the Emmy one because he didn't believe he could stretch out until like about 7 minutes.
His fictional appearances are cameos at best. That's and a one-off joke in Shatter Glass.
Really?
Yeah. Enemy's just the name given to a fucking voice changer. People thought, well, that some of the fans decided would be fucking funny if it was an actual character.
Well, to be honest, I would find it funny, but either way, having a name Enemy makes me a bit curious because it's obviously a Decepticon, but yeah, overall, we're going to head into this either way. So like we always say, even though I know some of you don't listen to the start of this, we're always happy to have you come by, and we're always happy to see this kind of stuff. And for those who are listening to this, you guys are the real ones.
Indeed.
Anyway.
Obscure Characters Month continues this week with a look at the strange story of the nasty little Decepticon who's a friend to no one.
He has 3 toys.
Enemy.
I hate that.
The toy that would become the Decepticon known as Enemy was first released in 1983 by Japanese toy company Takara as part of their micro-change line.
Also, one more thing, I'm sorry if you guys are hearing anything. There is a storm in the background. There's not really anything I can do with that. I live where there's a window. And I can't exactly close it because that's where my AC is being held. So, yeah, that isn't happening anytime soon. But yeah, he seems to be a bigger cassette than the others, though. Or I could just be wrong. Anyway.
Sold under the name Micros,
it's a Redico of Rumble and Frenzy.
Micro cassette tape and was available in 3 colors.
Okay, I hear a thing over on your
red
side.
And blue, black and red,
I just need to turn the fan off.
of blue. The figure was licensed by Hasbro and imported to become part of the first year of the Transformers toy line in 1984.
Alright, makes sense.
They didn't use the red and blue version, but the black and red figure became the Decepticon Rumble, while the blue one became his brother, Frenzy. The Transformers cartoon
debates raged on forever.
It sounded a little different, but yeah, what'd you say?
And the debates raged on forever.
Huh. About
because
who is who?
Yeah, no, I was about to say.
I thought Rumble was the purple one.
He's about to get to that.
Oh, okay.
Switch the 2 characters' color schemes, but that's a story for another video.
Oh,
this
they
is
switched the color scheme.
Enemy, and it's a story
yeah,
that
comics used
takes an unusual turn.
Comics used the toy colors.
To 1986,
Cartoon swapped them.
Oh, some more toys for Transformers. That's not that surprising.
Also, that electronic helmet appeared in fiction, and I don't know how to feel about that.
From 1984 to 1986, toy company Nasta licensed the Transformers brand from
Of course they did.
And produced an assortment of tie-in merchandise, including electronic toys like radios and microphones. Several of Nasta's products were based on recognizable characters like Optimus Prime and Megatron, but others were just generic
electric train set.
Decepticon items
that
didn't represent specific characters.
There's actually 2 characters from the...
Both based on the...
Oh, they made this thing. Whatever the hell.
This is the entirety of where Enemy comes from.
Huh.
Just this.
Micros figure.
Because the subtitles are covering it, but, like, turn off the subtitles for 1 second.
What?
Turn off the subtitles for 1 second on the video.
A voice changer that...
Oh.
And, because the subtitles are covering the part where the box says Enemy.
Oh, you want me to remove it? Okay. Oh, I see.
And this is the entirety of where Enemy comes from.
Break it up a little bit.
A voice changer that electronically modulated a user's voice to sound like a robot, designed to look like the Micros robot's head, and a portable radio attached to the front of which was a simplified version
I forgot about the radio.
of the figure, which couldn't be removed but could transform.
It's
impossible to say if it was a deliberate reference or not.
It's weird that couldn't be removed.
Shared the same basic color scheme as the red version of the microchange figure that Hasbro hadn't imported. Nasta labeled these toys with the generic descriptor Decepticon Enemy, similar to the name they used on some of their generic Autobot products, Autobot Freedom Fighter.
What? That's silly.
In 2007, TF Wiki,
Oh, you think
the
that's
official
silly?
online Transformers encyclopedia, created
For like
an article for these
20
two
years, we just had a transforming watch called Autobot. Before Ask Vector Prime retconned that into, oh yeah, that's actually Vector Prime.
That's weird, but alright.
Yeah, it retconned all the watches into super powerful time-controlling entities.
Huh.
Nasta toys, noting their resemblance to the Microchange figure. Now, TF Wiki is a site well known for its sense of humor, and the article jokingly pretended as if the toys represented a real character actually named Enemy.
That's goofy.
TF Wiki admin David Willis took the gag further in
Yep.
2011
What?
when he made Enemy an official part of Transformers lore by
Yeah, David
including
Willis
the
just kinda
character
does
in
that.
Recordicons, the gag strip he created for the
Rodimus Prime
Transformers
exists
Collectors
because
Club.
David Willis was bored.
Rodimus Prime exists because... Wait, what?
Rodimus Prime.
Who the hell is... Okay.
Hotshot wanted to prove a point while running a talk show that anyone can steal the Matrix if they take a crack at it. Shockwave told him that was bullshit. Hotshot walked off screen and walked back with the Matrix.
God.
Now reborn as Rodimus Prime.
Rodimus Prime.
Tarantulas in the very next interview would rip the Matrix out of him and beat him with it.
Of course he would.
Because he was sick of listening to this idiot who kept thinking he was sideways.
Oh my god. Be nice to Hotshot. No way.
Recordicons, the gag strip he created for the Transformers Collectors Club.
Interesting.
Though the version of Enemy who appeared in the strip was from the mirror universe of Shattered Glass. He sported inverted colors and was comedically depicted as a severed head.
Enemy will be avenged.
Having had his body eaten by the Autobot lion, Steeljaw.
Oh.
Now, around the same time, Takara was searching the Transformers universe to find obscure cassette characters they could release toys of in their Transformers Encore toy line.
Wow.
And TF Wiki's article wound up inspiring them to
The other one's Wing Thing.
re-release the red and blue Micros figure as a Decepticon named Enemy.
Oh my god.
Sold in a set with fellow cassette Wing Thing and their master Sound Blaster, whose chest he could fit in cassette.
Wing Thing.
Enemy's name was his entire personality. He was hostility incarnate and went out of his way to make sure nobody liked him. He refused to cooperate with.
That seems like a really dumb plan when you're a Decepticon.
I mean, Decepticons always got the dumbest plans. What are you on about?
Okay, but this is the kind of thing that sees you shot in the back of the head after a single skirmish. At which point, I don't know, Skywarp tosses your corpse into the pile going, oh no, the Autobots got him.
I mean, that is kind of how it goes, isn't it?
Yeah. And no one's gonna care.
Valuable, irreplaceable targets, goading the Autobots into focusing all their anger on him. The way he saw it, you could tell a bot's importance by how many enemies they had.
That's an interesting
idea. He prided
idea.
himself on being an enemy to absolutely everyone.
I feel that it ends with the fusion cannon reducing you to a greasy smear.
Followed in the
Possibly.
collector
Oh wow, it got a
Masterpiece
big one.
toy line in 2017. This one a recolor of the Masterpiece Rumble figure.
But
complete
Rumble
with
has
the
Again,
quick
weird
generated
part of all
file
this.
drivers used by Rumble in the original cartoon.
The fucking
Sold
Night
in a
Stalker
set
figure in the
with
same
Wing Thing
set?
And Autobot cassettes Night Stalker and Stripes.
It's very
They released
clearly supposed to be a Masterpiece Steeljaw that they just tweaked the weapons on. We've never seen a Masterpiece Steeljaw.
Huh.
These fuckers came out before Masterpiece Jazz. I just want you to keep that in mind.
That is very strange. Yeah. Unfortunately, people are going to hear a lot of thunder from me because it just won't stop
Piece
for me.
of this toy inspired Enemy's first appearance in Japanese media in the Transformers Legends manga in
His only appearance, you
2018,
mean.
going up against Night Stalker during an attack on Autobot headquarters.
Of course.
In 2020, Enemy got his biggest role yet
Really?
when he made a surprise
what?
appearance in IDW Publishing's Transformers comic book. In this series, set before the outbreak of the war, Enemy was a member of the Rise, the terrorist organization that would eventually evolve into the Decepticons.
Okay. I'll cop to not
He
reading
snuck.
this.
What?
I'll cop to not reading this. IDW 2019 sucks.
Huh.
It's just so dull and boring.
I guess that's one way to look at it. I can't say either here or there because I've never read these
Okay,
comics, so.
let me put it like this. It takes 15 issues for the war to start.
Wow. Like, I would think at least 5, but wow.
I held on for a year, but it just never went anywhere. Not fast enough.
Into the Energon harvesting facility on Cybertron's moon and installed a siphon that surreptitiously leached off a portion of the moon's Energon and transmitted it to the Rise to fuel their schemes.
Alright.
Those schemes resulted in the activation of the giant transformer Vigilant, who
Oh.
they used to knock the moon out of orbit,
Horrifying.
inadvertently leaving Enemy stranded on it as it hurtled towards the sun. A small crew of Autobot engineers who had remained on the moon to try and alter its flight path found Enemy and locked him up. But he was then rescued by a Rise strike team who arrived to steal the rogue moon and all the Energon remaining on it.
Team Stream, the one part I liked.
But in the chaos, Enemy disappeared, indicating that this is one obscure Transformer whose unusual story, from microchange to Transformers thanks to an internet joke about old tie-in merchandise, may not yet have reached its end.
Seems like it. Someone likes them.
I mean, that
seems like.
universe isn't being written for anymore, so...
Enemy. Like and subscribe.
I mean, you never know, because honestly, this is 3 years ago. You never know, because honestly, things get weird in comics. Because one person likes, like, one person, like, oh, I had this toy as a kid, and then writes the whole character into it. It's the kind of thing that happens all the time in comics. You know this.
True. I'm not counting on him showing up in Skybound, though.
Probably not, but you never really know.
Side note, poor Skunksoid. Like, to those of you who have read the latest issue of Void Rivals, you'll know what I mean.
I know nothing. Only Fable and him have started reading.
I'm glad you've come to terms with that fact, Woofy.
And you know nothing about Gundam or any other kind of mecha. It's good that you know this. Anyway.
Well, that came out of nowhere.
Yes, it did. I was mostly doing the blink thing. And then sniping back at you. Anyway.
Counter-snipe.
There is no counter-snipe. We're not playing Counter-Strike over here. Anyway, if you guys like what we're doing in our dumb ramblings, mostly mine, then consider checking out some of our other stuff. Consider like, commenting, and subscribing. And, well, I hope you guys like these reactions. And I'll see you all later. Bye-bye. And take care of yourselves. Any last words for the nice people at home?
Peanut butter.
Oh my god. Anyway, later guys.